Hunter Biden. He was back up on Capitol Hill today a little while ago. He wrapped up 6 hours of testifying behind closed doors before the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees, pursuing an impeachment inquiry against his father. This is now shifting to President Biden and what's before him. Hunter Biden denies that the president was involved in any of his personal business.
It seems to me that the Republican members wanted to spend more time talking about my client's addiction than they could ask any question that had anything to do with what they call their impeachment inquiry. There is no evidence because there is no evidence, and today only confirmed that.
Hunter Biden standing there in the background. Abby Lowell, his attorney.
Looking very cool and comfortable.
Wow.
Hunter was back there. Just chill.
What do you think the decision is to make? Hunter didn't talk today.
No.
He talked last time. He left it to Abby Lowell today. Why?
I guess he smartened up. The last time, and we talked about it here, what an appallingly selfish thing that Hunter Biden did the last time. He went and trolled the committee and sat in the front row and then went out on the steps with, what's his name from California, Eric Swalwell, and just the kind of showboat idiocy that could only hurt his father, that only hurts his father's position. This time, he did the correct thing. He went and did the interview. He took his beating, and then he went outside and let his lawyer speak for him instead of speaking for him.
Well, I don't think he took a beating, quite frankly. This has been a win-win for Hunter Biden. And that showmanship that you talked about and criticized, let me tell you something.
Is that showmanship?
That white-collar criminal defense lawyer,
Abby, you're talking about.
Love that, right? Okay. And it was a political statement, and it was all politics because Abby Lowell knew that the subpoena that he was given was either insufficient or was not consistent with the rules of the committee. Now, that being said, Hunter Biden, when they gave him a new subpoena, he agreed to go sit, and he sat. But here's the problem. You can never get away from this problem. There's not one witness, no case is what prosecutors say. There's not one witness, reliable witness, credible witness that connects the president to Hunter Biden. And I love the line. Hunter Biden's not in the White House. He didn't get $2 billion like Kushner did. And so why are they trying to make him the linchpin for impeaching his father?
He tried to bring up Jared Kushner today, too, by the way. We were talking about it with Elizabeth Vargas in the lead into the show. Well, that's what Democrats are starting to do now.
Yeah, we're going to bring it up more and more.
I wonder where it goes.
Yeah, look, we need transparency and accountability
Fair
on this
enough.
case. And, you know, Joe Biden's been in office since before I was born. So this family has benefited windfall off of this country.
It's a rebuttable presumption. It's a rebuttable presumption.
Okay, but we deserve to know the facts, you know, and I think of independent journalism in this country. You know, Catherine Herridge, who I think is an incredible, amazing journalist. I don't know if this is true or not, but I believe that she was digging in and investigating this.
Name me one witness or one document that connects Hunter Biden and the president to any bad acts, criminal acts, immoral acts.
Using his father's name and status to benefit.
It's not illegal to invoke your father's name.
It's certainly not a good look. It's not a good look.
Okay.
Jesse,
can't go to jail over
and this is part of the back and forth, right, that we've heard from quite some time. But I sat, you know, as I saw, Jesse, Abby Lowell up front and Hunter Biden not talking, standing behind him, 2 days after he gives this exclusive interview to Axios, basically saying, you know what, I got to stay sober for lots of reasons, but including for my father's campaign. What'd you make of him there, deciding not to talk today and leave it up to the attorney?
I've always felt that every time he made a public statement, for a guy who's trying to show that he's not politically connected to his father, it made it more political. And he has a number of legal issues that are pending. He doesn't want to say anything that's going to jeopardize that. And after what is conceivably a win today, I'd like to see the transcripts, but after what is conceivably a win in this whole impeachment process, there was nothing he needed to say. It was already a win. Remember, there's nothing. The House Republicans have all of the evidence. They have bank records. They have statements. They have two associates that have contradicted and said that there's been no connection between Joe Biden and Hunter Biden's businesses. So there's nothing more that he had to say at that point.
All right. Do you have any blistering takes or thoughts on President Biden's health exam today, or you want to leave it to the panel?
I mean, I don't know. Is ice cream the best thing? You know, at that age, you want to be careful of it. But listen, if that's you're going to have some ice cream, make a big statement about the Middle East. Why not? No, I'm crazy.
Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.